Hi and welcome to another part of the GitHub tutorials, and in this part we're going to see how we can create a new repository. In order to do that, we need to head over to the top right and click on new repository. Here we are directed to the new page where we can write our own the name of our own repository. I can write hello or hello world here, or I can write my repo or whatever the name you like. Here you can write a description for your repository. It is optional, and here you can set whether you want this repository to be public or private. If you don't want anyone to see except the ones that you determine, you can set it to private, or you can set it to public if you want everybody to see that. You can either choose to add a README file or not. This is totally up to you. Also, we have git ignore and license. These are the three kinds of files that are suggested that you add to any repository. We're going to talk about .git ignore and license in the future tutorials, but we've taught you about the readme.md file instead in the Git tutorials. So let's click on create repository, and then we're redirected to this new page where we can where we are guided with some of the commands that we can use inside of our terminal in order to add our own repository. So first of all, let's open up a new terminal, and let me make it bigger for you to better see this. So that's fine right now. Now the first step is to see the project folder. So my project folder is in the project folder. So the first thing we need to write here is git init. As you can see, the project has been initialized, and the first command that you're given is also this one. So if you want to add the readme file, you can git add readme.md. So because we have that, we can add this to our project, and then we should run git add readme.md or git add all to add all of the files that you want to add, and then git commit -m first commit. So you can write this to be the first commit if this is your first commit, or if this is not your first commit, you can write anything else. Doesn't really matter. So as you can see, all the commits have been successfully added. And right now, the next thing for you is to create the branch m main. So right over here, you should also do that. So git branch -m capital M main. And then what we need to do is to git remote add origin, and this is just the same link that you're given here. You can copy this for other commands you might have. So I'm gonna paste in that command right over here, and then finally we can run git push -u origin main, which is the final one where you will write the username. So here I can write the username that I have on GitHub, and then here you've been asked to enter password. Notice that your password, if you enter your password, you will face an error. So instead of that, you need to enter the access token key, which we've developer options, and then classic key, and then generate key, and then you will be able to get it. So I've saved it, and here I'm gonna copy and paste it right over here instead of the password. And as you can see, we've successfully added it to our GitHub repository, added the files. And if you head over to the repository sections, you will be able to see that inside of our repositories, we've got our new project added right over here. As you can see, we are seeing the HTML as the main language of this repository, and other files have also been added. So as you can see, we have the readme.md file as well. just the one we created in the Git tutorials. So we've successfully added this. Notice that you can add other commits to this project. You can also see the different branches on this project if you create any branch that you like. We're going to talk about all of them in the next tutorials. And you can download the code from right over here. Download the zip. This is the link to the repository. You can also get the link from right over here. So that's generally it for this part of the tutorial. You can see so many different parts of the repository as well, the languages that has been used, and then if there are any forks, you will be able to see the forks as well, and then people can give you stars if they like your repository. You can give the link to the repository and ask other people to come along and create forks, branches, and if they like it, they will give you stars. So these are all of the details you can add. And by the way, if you want to delete your own repository, you can delete it from right over here. Delete this repository, and it will be deleted right afterwards. And it also asks you if you're sure about that. So because you cannot be able to recover it. So if you're sure, you will need to copy and paste this statement right over here, the name of the username and then the name of the repository, and then you will click on I understand the consequences, delete this repository. And as you can see, there is no repository, so that has been deleted and you cannot see it anymore. So if you head over to the repositories, there's no repository right over here. So that's it for this part of the tutorial. We've managed to create a repository and add our project to GitHub, and next we deleted the repository. So hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and till the next one, goodbye.